Another question based on it's a CMS, content management system. So I'm going to field this one, Kyle. If a CMS has capability to manage logins, how do we link with Salesforce? So a lot of businesses today have for their website some kind of CMS, content management systems in place. I mean, Joomla, Drupal, WordPress, and whatnot. The beauty of Salesforce as a platform is it allows a single sign-on capability. And what it does is, with that single sign-on capability, you can actually navigate from an authenticated content area of your CMS into the customer portal area of Salesforce. I mean, that's based on the single sign-on handoff. That's something that Salesforce allows and makes it possible. So that's where you have a website which is an open website and an area that is already authenticated. So using single sign-on capabilities, you would want to you would be able to present a authenticated entry point in and out of the customer portal. There's another question. Multiple partners accessing the portals without seeing each other's cases or sensitive content. I guess this is a critical thing for Kyle, you too, right? I mean, you don't want your customers to be accessing or seeing each other's cases or sensitive content, is it?
Yeah.
All right.
We want that.
Absolutely. So I think let me take a very Corate-specific answer for that one. So every customer has their own little capability. There's the structure, a user, using the various capabilities Salesforce provides, the roles and profiles and whatnot. There's partitioning already done, and this is the access levels that have already been set. In addition, I think one of the things that Kyle, you're doing at Corate is deployment of contextual information. This is the contextual engine, which actually has the capability to further filter not only the cases and products kind of thing, but further filter any of the other content and material based on the products that a customer has or any of the other context. So we have this contextual engine that is built that will be used for providing further filtration and isolation where it makes sense. Excellent. Kyle, just have a question for you. What was the biggest challenge you had to overcome while building your customer portal?
Yeah. So I'll give you kind of two answers to that. Kind of the first answer was actually kind of overcoming some of I wouldn't say management's objections, but those that are holding the purse strings that moving forward with and designing a customer portal was something that we needed to do at this stage of a company. I think we certainly don't want to just do things because others are doing them. Though I believe that it's critical to have a customer portal, certainly in the space, the industry that we're in. There were some other critical components to kind of getting them to decide to move forward with it, and that was probably the biggest challenge. And what wound up kind of tipping the scales in our favor in getting this project moving forward was really actually looking at the customer portal as a revenue center and kind of a revenue-generating opportunity, and not something that is just going to be a cost center and something that's just going to cost money up front. And so just to kind of follow that train of thought, we fully anticipate that customers are with their visibility into kind of support contracts and when certain things are going to be coming due, and also having access to some premium features and some premium assets and resources that will kind of optimize their environment and make things run faster, smoother, that they're going to want to pay for access to that. And the way they get access to it is just being current on their support contracts. So we anticipate that, and our hope is that with this design and a really good design portal, we'll wind up in a scenario where we get a higher rate of support renewals year in and year out. The second thing would be also a reduction in cost with support cases. In many scenarios, actually, the kind of 30 to 40, sometimes even 50% of the support cases that we wind up having opened are really a result of or things that can be pretty easily uncovered And so our goal is to design the portal, and we have designed it, we believe we've designed the portal in such a way that it is so straightforward that customers can look at some quick start guides, can look at some basic information on the site, and do some basic troubleshooting to see if any of those quick fixes actually will fix their problem, in hopes of reducing the amount of support tickets that get open for cases that could be prevented by some very basic question answers in the beginning. So that was kind of the first piece, is overcoming kind of the objections of management of kind of building a portal and kind of funding a portal. But with those two, I think that was big in overcoming those. The second challenge is, once we actually got the purse strings to go ahead and do it, it was spending the necessary amount of time to really think about and design what we wanted the portal to do as detailed as we possibly could get. It's one thing to have a vision of what it is and have that vision in your head. It's another thing to actually put it down on paper. And we found that, in terms of speeding up the time and really getting the most out of Exafort, or getting the most out of a kind of a third-party kind of integrator, you really need to kind of sit down and be very, very detailed around what you're trying to do, because then they can ask some intelligent questions around, well, why are you trying to do that? Or, perhaps maybe this is a better way to do that other than that way. Did that work for you? And actually be able to kind of distill what you're trying to get to and provide you with some other options that may either reduce cost or increase scale, or make it so that it's easy to switch out that module with something else when you want to add another feature. So really it was spending time and kind of really getting the details down, which was the biggest challenge. And unfortunately, we didn't do that as well as we could have, and as a result, we had to spend a lot of nights trying to think about what we were trying to build. But once we got there, it became pretty clear. So I would caution everyone to really focus on being very, very detailed about what you're trying to build.
Excellent, excellent. Great point. I think you made a very good point, Kyle, that this is actually a revenue-enhancing exercise too. So I think a lot of times businesses look at a customer portal as just a cost reduction exercise, but I think what Corade has done in a very nice manner is actually take a look at this and see how this can enhance revenues, how customers can not only stay more, obviously retention is high, but also be able to readily perform those transactions needed and really facilitate those transactions. That adds more to the revenue base. So that's a very good point. Kyle, I think we just saw a couple of questions on some examples. So those of you who want to see some examples of portals and things like that, I think just get in touch with us after the webinar. We'll try to set up some time with you to showcase some good portals and answer any questions that you have. Kyle, question back at you. Why did you choose Exafort? Why Exafort? So any thoughts on that?
Yeah. So I wasn't actually a part of the decision, kind of the decision committee. Kind of the feedback that I got from management was they looked at different options. Obviously, they had there were some recommendations around companies to work with. I think we looked at probably 2 or 3 different companies. I think both the presentation and kind of the questions around what we were trying to do led us to believe that this was going to be a little more consultative than prescriptive, which we appreciated. We don't want to just build just another customer portal. We want one that is customized for our customers and for our technology and what we're trying to go to market and kind of the message we're trying to send. But I think probably the thing that pushed over the edge more than anything was that the referral that we got from one of our technology alliance partners that I believe you guys have done some work with a customer portal as well as some of the Salesforce architecting. So it was both a presentation, and I would say it was also a result of the referral.
Excellent. Thanks, Kyle. I'd like to thank you for joining us today and sharing with us your experiences, thoughts, and tips to those who are looking to implement or expand their customer portal. Extremely valuable. We have a few other questions that have come on the wire. We probably won't be able to get to that during this session, but if we cannot, then we'll make it a point to respond back to those. We'll publish the responses as a follow-up. And I want to bring it over to Janani now. So.
Thank you all for your participation. We encourage you to visit our website, www.exafort.com, for this presentation and also additional information. We also have other webinars coming up which you might find useful, so stay tuned. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter. If you have any questions regarding customer portals using Salesforce.com platform, please drop us an email or give us a call. Our contact information is on the screen. Thank you and have a great day.